So I promised myself that I wouldn't make any more content regarding bird flu due to the climate of our current environment and political stance, and how our First Amendment is slowly disappearing. But things have been happening because I'm still researching it, I'm still reading about it, I'm still keeping up to date with it because I can't stop thinking about it. I've been reporting, or was reporting, on bird flu for 3 years. I was MediLearn Solution first, then I was the band nurse. I closed down my pages except the one on YouTube for, I've been about like 3 weeks, I think. But I wanted to just do a quick update on it because no one's talking about it. No one's talking about it, and it needs to be talked about. So the past week, Italy has confirmed its first case of H9N2. It looks like it was a non-Italian resident. It came from a non-European country. 90% of H9N2 cases have been reported in China. We're going to go back to China at the end of this report also. California, in Morro Strand State Beach, seals have tested positive for bird flu and they've died. Bird flu has annihilated sea lion population. They have been dying. Pups have been dying. A lot of virologists and ecologists and scientists have said it's going to take them centuries to get back to their population. In 30 days in the United States, we have had 10 million birds affected by bird flu. This has been in Pennsylvania, Indiana, Maryland, and Michigan. Michigan has actually gotten a $2.2 million grant to find out if bird flu is airborne. Surprise, it is. You don't need to spend $2.1 million for that. ProRepublica already did a study on that, and I've been talking about it, that bird flu is airborne. Let's see what else. So they are collaborating with the University of Bristol in UK. Cambodia reports its third bird flu case this year. It's a 3-year-old. Last year, they had about 19 cases from January, but you might think, oh, it's a little bit, but the cases that were really prominent were from July to August, that they had all those. And they had about a 50% fatality rate as well. Let's see what else. Daybreak Food, this is a poultry company that's in Wisconsin, laid off 80 workers due to bird flu. They talked about this last year, which I reported on it last year. They did lay off workers at that point. Now they laid off another 80 workers because they don't have enough work for them because they had to depopulate their whole company because of bird flu. Dr. Patrick Jackson, in an article of The Conversation, said that bird flu is the next pandemic. In 2026, scientists will continue to look for any evidence that H5N1 has changed enough to be transmitted from human to human, a necessary step for the start of a new influenza pandemic. The influenza vaccines currently on the market probably don't offer protection from H5N1, but scientists are working to create a vaccine. So, the CDC changed its language last year from no human-to-human cases to no sustained human-to-human cases. There were articles from CIDRAP talking about possible human-to-human transmission in India and in Vietnam, and that is still being studied. So remember, we're going to go back to China. So on December 20th, 2024, Shanghai's Municipal Commission of Commerce and its Agriculture and Rural Affairs Commission issued a joint announcement effective January 1st, 2025, valid for 3 years. The sale of live poultry anywhere in China's largest city was banned. No fanfare, no press conference, no announcement was posted, and state media largely move on. So Shanghai is home to more than 24 million people. Live poultry markets where chicken, ducks, geese, and quail are slaughtered in open air stalls. So a peer-reviewed study in The Lancet found that closing live poultry markets reduced human H7N9 infections by 97 to 99% in affected Chinese cities. Shanghai had tried temporary bans before. This time the ban runs for 3 years, and it came with enforcement teeth. Joint law enforcement across multiple government agencies. China is often reticent to discuss avian flu publicly. The link between live poultry markets and the spread of avian flu strains is well established. Closing them works. The question is always, what are they saying that we are not? So online, a more alarming picture has circulated. Posts attributed to Chinese insiders claim fatality rates far exceeding the WHO's official figures. Claims about thousands of human infections in Shanghai province have spread across social media. Assertions about top-level security meetings focused on biological threat threats have circulated widely. None of these specific claims have been independently verified by credible reporting organizations or confirmed by the WHO. This doesn't make them false, just makes them unverified. So virologists and pandemic preparedness specialists have been warning about H5N1's pandemic potential for years. The concern is not that H5N1 is currently spreading person to person. It is not, as far as official surveillance shows. The concern is about what happens if it mutates, if it mutates to acquire that ability. The virus will continue to evolve. And it has. As you can see here, it's been affecting dairy cattle in the United States. It's been sea lions in South America, foxes in Europe, and tigers in Thai zoos. And it has also come out that bird flu is very resistant to fevers. So a fever is not going to help you fight it. First time in Europe, I believe it was the Netherlands, a cow had antibodies for bird flu. That was the first cow outside the United States. We've had hundreds of herds affected. We've had hundreds of poultry and cattle men be affected. California is being sued because they didn't release sufficient information in 2024 about bird flu, and they're also suing because many workers were not notified that cattle was affected. They weren't given proper gear and they weren't given proper education about bird flu. So my stand is still that the bird flu pandemic is coming. I said it will be coming in March, maybe April. So we're still waiting. We'll see how things go. I don't know if I'm going to keep reporting on bird flu or not. This will be probably my only video. My YouTube page is still up. I haven't been able to take it down. I don't know if I'm going to keep reporting on it. It depends. Things are still evolving. It looks like things are still going. India is inundated with bird flu as well. So it's there, but they're not talking about it. As I used to say, follow to stay in the know.